We start this month with a huge Cyber Monday, and we're also celebrating the launch of brand new programs over at Synchronicity University, which includes legendary astrologers like Maurice Fernandez and legends in the making like Key Taylor and Sabrina Monarch, and so much more. All those links are below. It'll be a great month. Enjoy. Hello, fabulous superstar Libra. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of December 2024. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. Boy, is it a very special time. And it truly is so special now. Powerful energies are with us. And this is a huge month. We will have the rare phenomenon of starting the month on a new moon, but also ending the month on a new moon. And that amplifies the energy and possibility of brand new beginnings, setting us up for a brand new year. We're going to have Mars go retrograde and fully 2 planets go direct. I mean, if ever there was a shift of energies, this really would be it. So let's take it one at a time. On the first day of the month, as we begin the month, we do have a new moon taking place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with communication, conversation, as well as your siblings, cousins, and neighbors. Now, it is this new moon that is speaking in supreme harmony with Mars. Mars, as we start this month, is standing still in the sky at the height of his power. I'll get back to Mars in just a moment, but Mars placed so strongly now, speaking in supreme harmony with that new moon, does suggest a time that feels positively empowered. It's Mars in a friendship part of your sky. And this speaks to synchronicity working on high, just running into the right people at the right time, having the right exchange, and it can make all the difference now. Whether that difference is in terms of opening up bigger opportunity for you or reminding you of your own power. But here's the thing, what we also have happening with this new moon is that Saturn is speaking in a conversation of tension. And that's part of what makes this energy tricky, because a Saturn square says, have you put in the time? Have you made the sacrifice? What have you already shown? What have you already earned or not? Whereas a disconnect exists between those two. And so, as much as we have this wonderful communicative energy, with Saturn continuing to move through a part of the sky for you that has to do with your work life, it has to do with how you move through your day, how well you take care of you, the power of what you repeatedly do. And so, as much as I'd like to say you'll just stumble on wonderful opportunities, they might be there. But where it is that you're hoping to actually make changes in terms of your work, for example, or you're trying to garner bigger opportunities based on what it is you know you can do, it's another thing to know it. It's another thing to prove it. And that might be part of what you're called to at this time. But I also think that this could be a moment that feels consequential. That's the thing with Saturn squares, is that they feel as if there's a reality check of sorts that invites you to look at what sacrifices you have already made and whether or not it's been worth it, where you want to refine course or just go another way. And your realizations are going to be all your own, but this could correlate to all those Saturnian areas I just touched on, like your work, but also in terms of how well you're taking care of you. The thing is, whatever might be happening, especially in terms of the information you're getting, you just might not be seeing it very clearly. And I say that because as we begin the month, it is Mercury that is retrograde in the same part of the sky that we have that new moon. And so there's going to be some light bulb moment that feels like it just comes right on in the middle of the month. And it is going to be then that the right information finds you, which means that it becomes that much more important to take with a grain of salt whatever information is coming at you, whatever you think the directions are, whatever it is that you think you've agreed to, however informally, whether that has to do with things that apply to you more personally, like those instructions of how you're going to take the best of care of you, or whether it has to do with the workplace instructions, what a client, customer, coworker, or immediate supervisor has asked you for. Well, all of that may not necessarily be as clear as you think. And if that has been the case, well, that might be part of the awareness that finds you under the light of the new moon. But even then, a lot more clarity is going to start to set in once it is that we navigate to the middle of the month. On the 6th of the month, Mars goes retro. We begin the official retrograde now. And it is with Mars going retro in a friendship part of your sky that's going to feel as if it opens up that much more, a sense of possibility for you, of ease for you. But it really is about an ease of connecting with others. You know, it's interesting to me because in Feng Shui, the part of the sky that has to do with future wealth also has to do with helpful people. And I see that as connected to the 11th house, part of where we are going to find this Mars retrograde season take place. Now, there is a Mars retrograde special horoscope up in the superstar space and at nadiyashah.com. I'll link to all that below. But of course, I'm going to be here to walk you through that journey as we go along, as I have been in their own horoscopes here up on my YouTube channel as well, so they're easy to find. But having said that, there'll be more invitations. There'll be more opportunities to get together, to be invited to parties. Social events, yes, but also gathering with others for all kinds of reasons can take place now. The motivation certainly is there, but it's also other people that at once can be profoundly irritating, but also very empowering. It's just about the right connections and understanding who is who and allowing people to be whatever it is that they are meant to be, what role they're meant to have in your life. You will be looking at certain dynamics more differently as we move forward, especially in the days right around Mars officially goes retro. It is the next day that Neptune goes direct. This is huge. Neptune is in the same part of the sky that we have Saturn in. That part of the sky that has to do with your daily life that I've been speaking to you about so far. And this is clients, customers, coworkers, immediate supervisors, the type of work you're doing, the people who surround you there. And this is also about your own habits, your health related habits. And it is this Neptune going forward that represents sort of a wake up, if you will, right? Sometimes with this, it feels like an alarm goes off and we're shaken awake and we didn't even realize we were in a dream. And so it is with this energy. Now you will in some way be invited to get really honest about either one of these types of people I just mentioned, who they really are, what role they play in your life. Maybe it's the type of work that you're doing that is in some way clarified for you at this time as to whether or not it's worth it to you. But what we also get here is insights into how to take the best of care of you. And this is where some light bulb just might come on, especially if you've been undergoing or have had any kind of health related testing, for example, or if it is that you've been trying to figure out an allergy, for example. Well, Neptune going direct is really going to help you to find the right answers for you, bring clarity, which ultimately does bring with it a better state of well-being. Navigating forward, the 15th of the month is huge. That is when we are going to have a full moon in fellow air sign Gemini. And this full moon takes place in a part of the sky for you that is worldly. It has to do with long distance travel, immigration, citizenship, higher learning, and legal matters. And more personally, the beliefs that help you to make sense of the world and guide your life. So there's the full moon energy that's important. This full moon is speaking in tension with Saturn and Neptune both. But it is close in the sky to Jupiter. So that Jupiterian energy brings with it hope. And full moons bring with them culminations and conclusions. But those connections that are happening with Neptune and with Saturn do suggest difficult truths or uncomfortable feelings that become part of the developments now. And so, if it is that you are involved in a matter related to one of these I just mentioned, like a legal matter, higher education, immigration, citizenship, there should be some developments that happen at this time. Although, whatever does come forward, it's like it is earned. It's not necessarily a windfall. It is what's practical, it is what's real. The fact that Mercury goes direct on the same day. And Mercury has to do with messages and a part of the sky for you that has to do with communication and messages and emails and documents of all kinds. Well, it further asserts this idea of clarity coming in, especially related to these very worldly legal matters that I've been talking to you about. But having said that, for many Libras out there, the energy of this full moon may not work out in very literal ways. It might be a lot more personal, still significant though, having to do with your understanding of your place in the world. If it is that you share your beliefs, right, your political, religious, or philosophical beliefs, just know that there might be some tension there that's evoked in a given moment. It's up to you to decide what it's going to mean for you, if it's going to carry any weight at all going forward from here. But for all that, though, this can be a very powerful time of asking yourself some important questions to clarify for yourself what your relationship with the world actually is. What is it that you still desire to know? And what is it that perhaps you just are okay surrendering to the universe as part of the mystery? Now, I would also add for some, if it is that you've really been trying to hang on to make something happen in a higher education institute, in a legal matter, well, at least now you should have some development that helps you to feel like, okay, now at least you know. And you know what it is to move forward. You know what your options are as part of figuring out the next best steps for you. As we move forward from there, it is going to be on the 30th of the month that we will have a new moon. And this new moon takes place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with what's happening at home. This is the most private part of your sky. And so it speaks to home, your past, your living situation, and your family of origin, your parents in particular, where that applies. Now, Saturn is speaking in harmony with this new moon. I love this energy for ending one year and starting another. It's like you have an understanding of where it is you are now beginning again, but also a sense of understanding what's now in your past and you're okay with it. You've done what you needed to do and you're at peace with that closure so that you can now move forward in whatever way resonates with you and feels right for you to do so. Now, for all that though, there is a sense of understanding, of possibility even, I would say, of expansion even, I would say. But it comes through your own practical choices and diligent efforts. Now, some of that might be if you're looking to buy, sell, move, or attract a new roommate. It's about what's realistic. It's about what's already been put into place or what you've planned for. Or I think for a lot of Libras, it's going to be more oriented around what it is that you have already been planning for or what you're realizing now that you want to plan for. So if it is that you want to buy, sell, move, or attract a new roommate, this is where you might begin like a 6-month journey. And it's going to be 6 months later when we have a full moon at the foundation of your chart, where you'll feel a full culmination of what it is that begins here. Now, that includes home-based businesses or working with homes. Practical gains can be made. Being smart about the choices, being real about the choices that you have, and working within them to move towards something that feels more steady, more solid, but also fills you with a healthy sense of responsibility that can only fuel healthy self-respect going forward from here. Where it comes to matters of love, on the 5th of the month, we are going to have Venus moving into a heart-oriented part of the sky for you. This has to do with romance, flirtation, and what the heart truly desires in all kinds of ways, yes, but it's also what you need to feel loved. The great thing is with Venus here, you are getting your flirt on. You are in a space of greater love, and that allows you to magnify it in your life that much more, just about anywhere you go. So for those of you open to meeting someone new, this placement tends to be really nice for wanting to forge new connections, especially where it is that you're doing something that feels genuinely joyous for you, that feels like it fuels a healthy sense of fun for you. In that space, there's an energy created that allows the ease and the softness from which something is able to feel like it could come forward. So get your flirt on, enjoy yourself, And in the process of enjoying yourself, it just might surprise you how it is and where it is that romance could come together. For those of you just starting to date someone, remarkable energies at play. In the context of dating, I love this energy because it's fun, but it's also light as well. Now, it's also possible you could connect with someone new. That's how this area of the chart works, especially if you're just starting to get to know someone. It really is about allowing yourself to enjoy, allowing yourself to do things that you genuinely enjoy. And if this person can share those with you, well, all the better to help nurture the potential for something more to be here. And for those of you in an established bond, I love this energy because it's about an awakening on a heart level. Where relationships are strong, this can be wonderful for genuinely enjoying the company of each other, for feeling a spirit of fun and friskiness again, in some cases again, especially if it is that perhaps the two of you have gotten into more routine habits and rituals with each other. This is going to be some really welcome energy to just enjoy each other's company. But for all that, for that very small percent out there, if you felt for a while that maybe you're not in the right relationship for you, well, this placement of Venus tends to indicate that you are willing to have faith to see what could be here. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It's a powerful and meaningful astrological moment. I'm going to say I love the energy of, well, that placement of Venus. I will say that part of the sky isn't just about love. It's also about just generally what's fun for you, what you feel called to do on a heart level, generally what makes you happy. It's about creative fulfillment, and Venus here can also help you to reap fruits of your creativity, bring blessings as a result, or help spike your creative energy. It can also bring improved relationships and sweetness and light with the children in your life as well. But for all that, what I really love about this is it does suggest an interest in things like gambling. Now, it's okay if you're taking calculated risks. You've got this cosmic support. And there certainly are going to be some key windows here, right? That are going to allow you to feel like you're tapping into an energy of greater possibility. And so you do want to trust that. But remember, there's going to be this inclination to take chances, whether that's at a casino or in your daily life. And the thing you want to remember is don't bet the farm. Never, never bet the farm. What that means is you never want to put yourself in a position where you feel like any kind of stress or anxiety, like, oh my God, I'm like betting my rent money. No, no, that's not the right energy to access when you're placing a bet. When you place a bet, it should be like no big deal. And it's not that you're telling yourself that, it's that really it is. Like if $1 no big deal to you, then that's what you gamble. But whatever it is, make sure that you're having fun with it, because this is energy of feeling a sense of connection to that very prosperous energy that just could attract a jackpot. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership Rate over at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com or thefutureismagical.com. Now, higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Links are in the description below. Remember, this is December. We've got lots of giveaways happening over on my website, NadiyaShah.com, and on my social media. So make sure you follow me there. And I look forward to celebrating this last month of December with you. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.